So what we're going to do together is create a new landing page. So on our starter, we've got a destinations section here, which has got many different kind of travel experiences. So what we're going to do is log in on the back end and create a totally new landing page from scratch. So we can do this with just /admin at the end, a quick login, and then go to our site browser, and in this destinations directory I'm going to add a new page from scratch. Okay, so I've selected new page content type, and I'm going to go ahead and call this new content Tanzania. Okay, so we're going to create a little Tanzania page, and we're going to go ahead and publish the simple page and click edit on our page. Now we want more than just the simple standard layout that our webmaster may have given us as a couple of template choices. This is just a one column template. So we're going to go instantly to lay out the kind of page that we want. We're going to have a banner up on the top, which this is fine, but we want a couple more rows down underneath. So we're just going to add a couple more containers, decide what size we want them, and we'll just keep using the default container that our webmaster gave us that should handle all of our content types. Nice and easy. We switch back to content, we click edit, and now we've got all of those different areas of a page. Now I can drop a banner up here on the top and then add some information about this Serengeti safari. So we choose content, and we're not going to choose any of the existing content, otherwise we could just choose one of those, but we're going to choose, and this is all of the different types of content our webmaster has allowed us to place. So we're going to add a new banner. So the first thing we're going to do in the banner is just choose some Serengeti elephants. So then we're going to simply name it, choose a caption, maybe some button text. And if I had a real link, I would put it here, or I could put a browse button here if I was the webmaster. And I'd choose some text color, so you can add a color picker on any content field that you want to choose colors for buttons. And let's tag it Tanzania and Serengeti, so that those tags will now be in the system. We can use those to tag promotions, etc., etc. Now I need to choose a layout, so I need to decide what type of layout will be best. Now we've got just some standard pictures that show you kind of where the text will headline out. So I think I want it in the center for this, so I'm just going to choose layout 1 and save and publish that content on the page. So now I've got my banner content on the page, and now I want to add some content over here on the left and right, just using some basic WYSIWYGs. So I'm going to add a regular content, and this time I'm going to choose rich text, which will just have a standard WYSIWYG. And this time I'm going to add first an overview and save and publish that on my page, and then add a few more just rich text pieces. Very, very easy. Add a little route and mapping. Okay, so now that we've pasted that, about our tours. And save and publish that information about our activities. There we go. Save and publish. Okay, and you don't have to create everything from scratch and every container. You can also reuse content. So if you have already created something like tour information or something on another page, you can also just click on content and then add maybe accommodation information, which is down here, and then I'll reuse, instead of adding new, some other content that was already added about tours in the system, and then that'll just automatically be reused here and wherever else that you're using this content on a page. And every piece of content has, once you place it on a page, has a references tab that'll tell you exactly what page that content is being used on. So you can keep the complete view of where it's being used. So now on the right hand side, we're going to add a no-code form. So the first thing I want to do is add some sort of maybe little rich text header or something like that. So I'll just add a new rich text, request a quote. So maybe then now I'll just go ahead and put this inside of an H3. There we go. And save and publish that on the page. Now I'm going to add a form. So what I can do here is go to marketing and forms and create a new form. And so that I don't have to leave my page, I can just open this up in a new tab. And I just want to show you where you can create new forms. So to create a new form, you just simply click here, name your form, request a quote, and create, and it's going to give you some automatic fields here. Now in the form email, it's just who do you want to receive the feedback from the form. So I'm going to put my own email. So dean@dotCMS.com, so I'm the only one to get spam, but you could comma separate that list. And then on a successful callback, where do you want it to go? And this is, it automatically has a window location of, thank you, and then the ID, of this particular piece of content. So you can leave it as default or you can change it. I happen to have a page set up here for this particular thank us, that is right here. So I'm going to save that as my callback. Now I can start dragging and dropping the fields I want. So if I want a first name, so I'm going to go ahead and just drag and drop first name. Maybe it's required, show in list, and the last name. Then I want the email. And I can use regex validation. We have some standard validations here, so I can use email if I wish. That way I can send them back information instantly by injecting this into a workflow. I'll add a start date. And the number of adults that I want, I guess I'll make that just a select. Put my select choices and the number of adults in their party. So I'll put the number of children, but that necessarily doesn't need to be required. So I'll go ahead and click save on that. And now I've got this form ready to be placed on the page. Right? Now I can just add my form here. It shows up. And now I've got this form ready to submit. And I can select number of adults and children in my group, the date that I'd like to start my vacation, and submit this form directly. So we'll be able to see this form content under the content type once we've submitted our content. So we'll switch it over to live mode, publish our page, and let's go ahead and submit this request. So I'll say, put my name here. So and you see our validation taking effect. But my start date is March 19th, my birthday, and I'll have 2 adults and 1 child, and I'll go ahead and submit this front end form. It goes instantly to my thank you page, and I should be able to come here to the content search manager and then go to that content, which is just like any other content here, under request a quote, and see instantly that, and I should have already received an email to my email, which is the same as the request email. But you can see how easy it is to then track the content, receive the emails from the content, and begin the whole process of collecting that information from your front end.